Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper coming at you for another video of Raid Shadows. Hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and hopefully you're having a positive start to the week or wherever you are in the world, and looking forward to some bits and bobs that are going to be happening in Raid the next couple of weeks. Definitely got a couple of surprises ready for us and kind of curious what all this commotion is going around on social media. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think it is. There's been a couple of content creators involved in it. I think Nubs, Jedward, YST, and someone else was promotioned for it. So kind of curious what's going to be going on after the community weeks. How on? We're not long from our not actually got long to go until we get our free ones, which I know I'm looking forward to. And I know Modra Thinker, who will be watching this most likely, will let me down in the comments how he does not want everyone to have a wand. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And today's video will be a champion showcase. I wanted to kind of elaborate on I've touched on before. So we are going to be looking at the one and only champion unity that I have for my account. Now I have built him up a bit better since the last time I was being able to showcase him. I've tested him in other areas of content as well, like Spider and etc., Ice Golem, etc. For today's video, it didn't really kind of work out well for the way I wanted it. He wasn't really adding much to that, if I'm being honest. So I won't be showcasing him there today, but we'll be showcasing him in one different area. So why is he so good then? Well, he's probably the best champion unity right now available in Raidshadowlegends, in my opinion, and he's got a lot going for him. Now, his main problem is obviously polymorph, and that is generally my reasoning why I don't use him too much in live arena, and generally because he's very difficult to bring in. Needing all the champion unities, all the champions from Demon Spawn, etc. But we will be playtesting him today, and I will be trying to take him in some live arena fights next week as well, so I can get a live arena video out with him. Now I'm better, or getting better. Still got a bit of a flu going on, but yeah. Anyway, let's go through his kit and why he's so good. I'm going to go through it very briefly. Basically, he's got 3 ally factions. Once they're under the burn, will ignore stone skin and killable ally protection, block damage, and shield buffs. Amazing. A great ability, hits really hard. Also has like a damage, stacks up to 100% as well. Then on his a passive ability, which works for the rest of his allies, as long as they're under a HU burn, he will place a block revive, which goes really well with the team synergies of like people like Carnage and etc. who are available for free. Then he'll attack all enemies and he'll place a fear out for 2 turns. This cannot be resisted if they're under burns. This is really juicy. This can work well with like champions like Fabian and etc. as well. And then he has basic A1 as well. This guy doesn't need Savage. His stats are very good overall as well on the basic thing. So we're gonna, before we go ahead and take him into arena, I'm gonna go ahead and throw him into a Hydra team. I do use him into a Hydra team right now, so I'm just gonna go build up the Hydra team the way it needs to be, and then we'll run him into the Hydra team and we'll start the showcase there. Right, okay, so this is a team. We have 4 champion unities in here. Unfortunately, we don't have a burn. I do have Cecilia Flame Tongue, but she's in a different team. So this is the team that we're going to use. Dutch is in here, obviously, for the Veils and for the increased attack for Carnage. Carnage is the main damage dealer. We have Defense down and Hex coming in from Mishi. And then we also have the Shenanigans coming in from Mad Hatter. Also extending our debuffs as well. Then we have block buffs and decreased speed and a reset there as well. So he's really just coming in for the damage. We have stacked a couple of the champion unities, so he will benefit from the few extra numbers. So he won't do as much damage as Carnage for sure, because Carnage is absolute beast. But we will run him with the quick battle. All my teams are quick battle. I do around about 5 million overall, which I'm very, very happy with. And we do a fair chunk of damage overall each month. So that's going to be the damage coming in this rotation. So we can see that Mishi coming in with 78. Mishi has a really strong build and had to come in with 78. So Valkanus is out damaging a Mishi for sure, which is pretty nice. We do have a slightly bigger blessing. The blessing doesn't do anything for Hydra because it's P versus P. P versus P blessing, and Carnage coming in with that 227 million damage, which is always pretty juicy. Carnage is Carnage with that type of numbers, and it's pretty nice overall. So we're going to go ahead and keep that result because Chimera Clash is going to finish and we are winning, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and keep that result just off a billion. Normally it does hit 500, but it's just affinity, so it's going to be one of the ones. Yeah, see, I hit bang on 5 million this rotation behind me, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I've increased my numbers in Hydra overall, which I'm pretty happy about because it's a quick big key. So I need to go and rebuild a couple of my demon spawn champions. So let me show you what's going to be going on for this. So we're going to go ahead and rebuild Duchess into her bolster and triple reaction. We'll rebuild Carnage into his stone skin and savage build. We did leave accessories on, which is a bit of a donut move. We will get there at some point today. Bear with me a second. That's why it has got lightning cage. And then there is that. Show Carnage's build towards the end. Then we just got Lamasu, who needs the better ring from the preset, which is going to be coming in at 402, which we will be showcasing Lasso in the great team. So we have a couple of team ideas, which I'm going to go ahead and showcase a load of team ideas. So it's all about this man, right? It's all about this guy. So we will come in with Falcons first, then we'll come in with our Torment because this is going to be a great synergy. We'll see here, this is the Torment build, who is also in the 4-piece overall. So there are his stats, and then we have the Mythic Tan there as well. And then we'll probably come in with Duchess because it's go second team, and then we'll play our Carnage as well. I do play Carnage in the lead because he's going to polymorph the lead, so I want him to kind of focus on the Carnage more than anything, and yeah, take it from there. So this is one style of team that I like to play and showcase against the right teams, etc. So we'll see here, burns and freezes, fantastic synergy altogether, and they will basically not get a turn, completely game over. You can't get any better than that. The burns going on from the passive, Torment coming through with that beautiful freeze overall. So that's one way of using Carnage, which I thought would be a good way to kind of start off this showcase. We can try something similar to this as well, but we're going to throw in a Commodus this time. Actually, no, I think we can still win this. No, we're throwing a Commodus this time, and depending on the RNG with this Georgie, how it will go down. So he'll start off with the burns. Obviously, the more buffs that they do, the more that we're in. I will do the strip from here. So again, you can use like a Chimera or something as well. Now, the threat is being limited to their abilities. There's not much they can really do. And then you can flip with Carnage, for example, and come in with that big, juicy block revive, which we kill the whole team. Surprisingly, I mean, they're not the best teams in the world. I've not really been doing any arena lately because I've been quite sick. So the teams are not the best. I do understand that. But overall, he's a fantastic champion. So why not? So you can see here, he's quite effective against in Harmony as well because he's Force Affinity. And he's not actually worrying about ignore defense too much, right? He hasn't got any Savage on to worry about as well. You could throw him in the lead for increased defense if there's like no armads there, for example, because you can get defense and speed and be able to team presence level 6 to increase that to make our team more tanky. Now I could straight out bomb it because my communist is built very fast, but that's not who we're trying to showcase today. We're trying to showcase our showcase our beloved whatever his name is, Balkanist, sorry, for the today's video. So you can see here, got plenty of use coming through. And then we'll go in and just go ahead and do that. We've got weak hits overall. Now bear in mind, I could just straight out bomb this team, right? Nothing too special. There seems to be a glitch here. I thought she was actually dead, but she's gonna run back, I guess. No, she likes to be close up and personal. That is a glitch or two for sure. So you can see that that's another style or way of playing as well. He's very good against Sifi with this style of team. Let me go ahead and take him out because he does make the team a bit OP. And then we'll put in, I guess, Lamasu to kind of see on what we can do here. And then we'll showcase him with some other champions who I think will be very good synergy from other factions. My Lamasu's faster than that's disappointing, which is really surprising. That was a accident. And you'll see here, Lamasu did not out with that ability, but I guess that's fine. We can come in and we can do a block revive on a candy. Nice synergy across the board there. We're going to get counterattack there. And then there's not much to really do, but just to wait and to do that bomb bomb baby there. I was kind of hoping he would be faster, but you know, hey ho. Let's have a look for another one. So you see all the couple of the builds already. Then, okay, so let's try and use the synergy between Fabian and him because he's got the fears, right, which he does benefit from that. So let me go ahead and let's try something like Carnage. Yeah, let's try something like yeah, try something like that actually. I was going to throw in Torment Soul Python now. So you'll see here just a CC Heaven. So he'll come in, obviously he'll be faster or not. It's a little bit disappointing seeing everyone slower than me. That's not doing me any good. So I guess I'm just going to straight out bomb this because I want them to be faster than me. Kind of show what we are trying to do with the builds. We go ahead and see if we can find someone that's very, very strong. Okay, so we have someone here, it's half decent team with this. This could be a very difficult team. This is what we want to see. So we have Fabian coming through. We're going to play the fear on the A2 with the passive ability, and then ideally Carnage comes in. Now we might get a little bit of a problem from the Star Sage, which is kind of a counter to Valkanus. There's a few counters to Valkanus, which we'll speak about shortly, or ways of slowing him down, should we say. So we'll do the lockout ability here. So we do cut in on him. So you can see that the build will do its job. He's going to go ahead and do that. We didn't get the block revive because unfortunately Fabian's not a he's not a demon spawn champion. As long as we survive him, Danny did a lot of damage on A1. Let's try and deal with you. And then we got True Fear up right now, so there's not much we can really do. It must be a 9-piece protection Sifi. I guess. Damn, there's a counter attack coming in from the passive. And there's the burns, right? So you can see they're pretty strong team. We didn't get to see the synergy between the two, which I'm kind of hoping we can in a second, because I want to move on in a second and showcase against another team. We could talk about how he is a counter to Sigford as well, which could be a good one. Actually, let's try and no, because he's got let's try and use Fabian here. I mean, if this guy is slower than me, that would be kind of a bit of a disaster. He is slower than me. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the A3. And then we'll play our True Fear on her. Okay, cool. Then we played A2. And then we'll play play that there. Some buffs out. And then we want to put the fear out so we can deal. So we start seeing Fabian counterattack from his passive. Oh god. Valken is just new to the team. It kind of shows you the quality of teams down here, not at the same level. Okay, so we have a Nice down here, so he is a definitely a difficult champion. Let's see if we can get this team working that way that we want to see it. He's a very powerful champion, right? He's very powerful. I wish I can get Death Dealer on Carnage. That would definitely be a juicy one. Okay, cool. So we got a weak hit there, which is good. That's what we want to see. Let me get rid of him for a second. There was a polymorph proc. So you can see that he counters his own True Fear there. Nice is doing some damage. And then we just do the A1, I guess. Try not to do too much damage. And then we're going to try and land all the fears. So we got a fear on Nice, which is what we want to see. I'm going to get weak hit there. And that's what I'm talking about. See that fear? Because he had the fear on, he counterattacked and had the chance to petrification. And if you do like that against a champion like Nice, then you can definitely make that work in your favor. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just press goodnight to this team. Stop playing with my food, as my dad would say to me. We do get a weak hit there, and then he's just going to do a pop there on the E3 because it's a double hitter, so we should be fairly fine. Very, very powerful champion like this. So then I have another type of showcase team, which is a totally different kind of team that we could use them together, right? So for example, Duchess is dropped now, and we're going to try and run like a speed team. So Lamassu is a champion that you can buy from Siege. Obviously, I've been using them more and more and more throughout this, and this is going to be something I'm going to try and bring into Live Arena on my account through is these three together, because the way that I set up, I definitely feel like I could try and bring this together. Normally I'd have like a Sifi, for example, as well. So Sifi or Armads would be one of my first picks. And then I would normally take my Nukas after that. So we're going to come in and we'll see, as long as we are faster, we should be fine. So we're faster overall. Okay, Sifi's missing gear because she should be the fastest. So I should go and check that out. But we're going to go ahead and do that. So there was a one submissive in the team. And then we do get quoting on. So let me go ahead and get the Sifi built, because obviously took gear off her, and then we'll come back in and show you what's going on. All right, so this is we're back again. So this is gonna be our team this time. So Sifi is fully geared now, so we should be fine. As long as he hasn't got Sonic, we should generally be fine. He shouldn't quit in. I don't think he had Sonic last time. Okay, no Sonic there. And then we could play we can play the A2 or we can play the A3. depending on how the teams are set up. You'll need to practice, obviously, doing this in like classic, so you can kind of use this to your advantage, right? So obviously we got a few weak affinity teams champions here, so I'm gonna go ahead and strip her because there's not much I can really do there, and then just sleep her. And then it's a case of if any fears go. Okay, so some fears did go, and I think Lady M cleaned the fear off there. Then we're going to come in with A2. We've got some buffs out already. So we do get some kills, which is pretty nice. And then we start seeing some boom booms from other people. And Trina went down anyway. I did make like a 1 or 2 mistakes there. Could have made that look much better, but you can see what I want to kind of do there, right? With this style of team to use against speed. Overall against their opponents, there isn't anyone really here that is worthy of a showcase. Obviously, Sung Wong is a very difficult champion to deal with, so we could look at something like that. So Mariska is a counter to Valkanus because of the passive. And then I guess Ashnar as well. Anyone who can cleanse can slow down him, which is a good way to be. We've got this little baby Kraken here, so we're gonna go ahead and try and take him on. As long as we are faster, we should win this. But it's a very difficult team, right? Because it's all mythicals. So you never know really if you're faster or not. But you can see you'll need obviously if you have a Sifi who's faster or Arbiter that's faster, depending on who's on your team and how this would work. So he's got a high resist thingy, what's his name, Star Sage there, which is interesting. I reckon I probably don't have enough of these two, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock them out, which we do. And again, Stone Skin would kind of be a bit of an issue, but if they start putting up buffs, they'll burn their Stone Skin off through the incineration. So again, I don't worry too much about that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him, and then I'll go come back around to give myself some turn meter. I guess we're gonna go for him because I don't want to leave him the last one. And then it's gonna be a case of boom, boom, boom. Boom, 2 counterattacks, lovely jubbly. And then you can see that this type of synergy is also worth noticing. Lamassu is just amazing champion overall. You could also like team up a bomb champion, for example, right? To kind of make this work a bit more. But Sifi is just a absolute death sentence for against Falconus. So there's definitely no way of like really kind of countering him too hard. I guess Sheep is probably his biggest threat if I'm being honest. But again, we'll talk about relics, etc. when I show his build, which we're gonna do that now, and we'll talk about that overall as well. So, am I enjoying Falconus? Yeah, honestly, when I first pulled him, I was a little bit disappointed because I did a showcase on him, but I kind of got a couple of things wrong on that. And after testing him, playing him, etc., we definitely are loving this build way more. So these are the stats coming in. We're coming in at 7,168 defense. We're coming in at just 247 speed. I like him slow. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't see the point of building him too fast. There's no need to build accuracy because it's irresistible. He has got coming in with 319 critical damage, which is pretty nice. And then the accuracy again doesn't really matter, right? So how we're building him then, we have a defense or accuracy banner. You're looking for speed substats and you're looking for accuracy or defense ascension. Defense ascension. Then you'll want to come in with critical damage and critical damage ascension with defense substats and some HP for survivability wouldn't be much of a miss. And then we're looking for a defense with defense ascension. Now you have to go on a go Stone Skin and you need to take pinpoint, especially if you want to use him more consistently, because he's just an absolute nightmare against polymorph and he's going to do a lot of burns, etc. Speed boots, looking for speed ascension. Defense will be fine with fairly good speed. looking for critical rate, critical damage, as well as substats. Defense chest with defense ascension with critical rate, speed, and critical damage substats. Flat defense is a bonus. And then for the gloves, you're going to come in with more critical damage with defense ascension or critical damage ascension, wherever floats your boat. And then you're looking for speed and defense ascension substats as well. Now, along the top, you're looking for mainly defense, speed, critical rate, critical damage, and defense ascension along the top of your top row. These are the main stats that you will be looking for. Now, you can see that we can add some speed and etc. to him. So that's one thing that you can take into consideration. Now, for the relics, Cat Gaze would be fine to use on him. Bit of extra ignore defense would be fine. I think really you want to be trying to go one submissive, if I'm being honest. I think that's the way to go by a long mile. I guess Hana Creation would be okay because that would give you the chance to resist like buffs on him, being polymorphed, or land bombs onto him, or locking him out, etc. as well. There's also you could go Death Dealer, which I think would be okay, but I think there'd be better people to put that on. What over else? I guess there would be the main ones I'd think of, but for me, Mithra Tang is also perfectly fine as well. And then for Arena, it's going to be all day would be Incineration. He needs that Incineration for the Arena. He's more of an Arena champion than anything, and I've just got a little bit of a bonus out of him from that. And then he has the Aura as well of defense and speed. There is definitely situations where this would be better, but there's also other situations where I think other other auras will be better as well. And then for this, you're going to come in with the Helm Smasher. Don't need Shield Breaker, I'm a fan of that. Cycle of Violence to increase that A2 and A3 because it does do a lot of damage. If you're using freeze champions or whatever, or fear, which he does have in his kit, which is pretty useful. Then we have Ruthless Ambush, and then we have Deterrence and Retribution. For me, these two are a must for him to kind of get him to counterattack, and that's why you want to build him slow as possible. Now for this, which was really old gemstone, I did go in with that. It was perfectly fine as well. So let me have a look quickly to see if there's any other relics that would be a fairly good one for him, right? There's definitely some options out there. Let's go to index. Aspect of Seoth actually I think would be quite a good one as well on him, especially when that stone skin runs out, or if you're not going to run stone skin at all. That definitely could be a good one. Yeah, I definitely would say Aspect of Seoth. I think I'll put Aspect of Seoth on him at some point, like when I get a spare one that's just like not doing much. Has a 50% chance to take 2 turns in a row. I guess Necro Crescent could be interesting. I don't think it would be great, but could be interesting. Cat Gaze for me would be the second best one. Temple Stagnator for, I guess, the chances to not weak it could be interesting. This one could be interesting as well because it will hit harder with more if you get more turn meter. But for me, the main one I would think of would be, yeah, Cat Gaze or the one submissive, I guess, for me overall. So I guess that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully you can kind of see what we're trying to do with my friend Falconus. Obviously I got a 4-star blessing now, so it's really big for damage dealers overall. I really just wanted to kind of showcase him a bit more and how I'm using him on my account. I know I get a lot of questions and people asking for like an update on him. This will probably be my last video I make on him, honestly, unless there was like another demon spawn that really makes him pop, or another type of champion that is amazing synergy. And then that could be another reason, or a live arena video, which I will try and drop next week with that type of speed, aggressive playstyle that I want to kind of showcase as well. I guess that's it for the video. As usual, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. Clapping cheeks. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.